Okay, good morning. So here's the plan for today. We're going to finish the Gemara, which discusses the section of Kiddush on the bottom of Kuzayin Amud Aleph, 107a. Then we're going to look at a few passages from the Shulchan Aruch, one from chapter 272 and one from chapter 269, which discuss the use of beer for Kiddush and HAVDALAH respectively. And then we're going to go to both sheets. The staple and the single sheet. And then we're going to go to chapter 271, that long chapter in Shulchan Aruch, which discusses laws of Kiddush that we'll get to. So this is the plan, starting for today and next week. Tomorrow, I have bar mitzvah, so I won't be able to do the class. And then after the bar mitzvah, I'm going to New York with my family. We're going to be at the oil for Shabbos. So we're going, after today, we'll pick up on Tuesday, God willing.
Maybe we'll see you at the oil.
I'll see you at the oil. So we're going to, so today, and then we'll pick up on Tuesday. So that's the plan. Finish the Gemara, these two passages from the Shulchan Aruch about making Kiddush and HAVDALAH on beer, and then the big chapter in the Shulchan Aruch about the laws of Kiddush, much of which we got over the last couple of weeks on these pages of the Gemara here.
Just give me your opinion. Is that an insult to the wine?
That's what we're going to discuss.
Because we're afraid of insulting the bread.
That's what we're going to discuss.
Cover it.
That's what we're going to discuss. Okay, so it's about a quarter from the bottom of the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines up. Middle line, Taf Reish, Tan Rabbanon, Kuf Zayin Amud Aleph, 107a. Yeah, this middle line is Taf Reish there. Tan Rabbanon, our sages taught. So this is a Mishnaic era text that the Gemara is now citing to in its discussion about using other beverages for Kiddush or HAVDALAH. And it says like this: Ein mekachin el ala yayin. One may only recite Kiddush on wine, nothing else. The ein mevorchin ala yayin, and one may not make a blessing on anything apart from wine. End quote. What's your first question?
Are you talking about Kiddush?
What are you talking about? You can't make a bracha on other drinks? What are you saying? Which is the Gemara asks, Ato ashikir of Amaya mila mevorchin alayu? Shakal niya b'dvarai? Do we not make a bracha shakal niya b'dvarai on wine and beer? Why are you saying that on beer and water? Why are you saying you only make a bracha on wine?
First part of it. So
the first part is don't make Kiddush except unless you have wine. Okay, there's an opinion there. Okay, there were other opinions that said you can use bread, and other opinions that said you could use certain types of expensive beer. But then to say that you don't make a bracha on anything apart from wine, what do you mean? We don't say shakal on water and beer. What are you saying? Well, then it's repetitive because you just finished saying Kiddush, so the bracha here has to be something else.
Right.
To which the Gemara says, Omar Abaye, but you're correct. Omar Abaye explains, Hachik Omar, this is what the text means to say. We don't say, bring me a cup upon which I'm going to recite a blessing, namely the Birchat HaMazon, Levarach, to recite a blessing over, unless it's wine. Okay, so now this Mishnah text is saying two statements. Number one, it's saying no making Kiddush on anything apart from wine, and B, no reciting, benching over any other cup other than a cup of wine. So if you're to recite Kiddush with a blessing, so that you have a cup of a blessing, Kosher Bracha, you recite the benching over that, then you have to have wine. Or according to the view that requires you to have that cup every single time you make benching, it would have to be a cup of wine, nothing else. Yeah? Clear? Gemara continues. Tan Rabbanan, another Mishnaic age text, which reads, Ein mekachin ala sheichar. One does not make Kiddush on beer. Mishum Rabbi Lezer bar Rabbi Shimon Amru. In the name of Rabbi Lezer, son of Rabbi Shimon here is Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, Rabbi Lezer, his son, who was in the cave with him. He said, Mekachin mitimas yayin kolshu. When you make Kiddush, and in order for the obligation of Kiddush to be fulfilled, wine from the cup has to be drank. Yeah. So, says Rabbi Lezer, there's no minimum to how much wine you have to drink, just a sip. That's his view. Doesn't mean that everybody has to sip. It means someone has to sip. We discussed this before, that in order for the Kiddush to be fulfilled, someone has to drink from the wine over which the Kiddush was recited, either the person reciting or one of the people listening. Right? We discussed that. This view says all you have to take is a sip. But Rabbi Yossi Bar Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yossi son of Yehuda says, "L'loy lugma, you have to drink at least a cheekful." That's the other opinion, and it's the halacha, as we'll discuss in the Gemara, as we'll discuss in the Shulchan Aruch. Okay. End quote from the Mishnah text. Coming to the Gemara and comments, Amar Rav Huna Marav, Rav Huna said in the name of Rav, V'chein Tani Rav Gidol de min Narish, and so taught Rabbi Gidol from Narish, I think I'm pronouncing that correct, which said, quote, Hamakadesh v'tah mula lugma, someone who made kiddush and tasted and drank of the wine, at least a cheekful, Yatza fulfilled his obligation of kiddush. Vim lav, and if he did not consume a cheekful, la Yatza did not fulfill his obligation for kiddush. And that remains the halacha. That in order for kiddush to be fulfilled, one has to drink at least a cheekful, or at least someone who is fulfilling their kiddush has to drink a cheekful.
That's like a kazayas.
Well, it's different. Kazayas is a standard universal measure. A malay lugma of cheekful is subjective to the person's cheek. Sorry, it could be a little bigger. I think. Sorry?
Kazayas is more for solid measures, solid volumetric measures.
Kazayas is for solid volumetric. Yeah, that's correct. Correct.
Measures, volumetric.
Yeah, but right, but not liquid. Liquid is used usually revius. But revius is how much has to be in the cup. I don't have to drink the whole revius per se. So of the revius, I have to drink a cheekful at least. That's this view. Okay, Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak says, Anad Taninala, I am precise in my relaying teachings from the Mishnaic era, and I can tell you that this teaching that we just said earlier, where Rab Gidl from Narish said that you have to drink a cheekful in order to fulfill the kiddush. So says Rav Nachman, you should know, Loi Gidl bar Menashe, it's not the Gidl son of Menashe, but Loi Gidl bar Menomi, and it's not the Gidl son of Rabbi Menomi. And Loi Gidl Stama, it's just Gidl. This teaching was taught in the name of Rabbi Gidl of Narish, but didn't tell us which Gidl, didn't identify who his father is. So says Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak, I'm very precise in my recitation, in my relating the Mishnaic era texts, especially this one. I'm very precise on it, and I'm telling you, it's not Gidl son of Menashe, and it's not Gidl of son of Menomi. It's just Gidl. Gemara asks, why not for Mina? What's the difference? Who cares which Gidl is telling us? To which the Gemara says, the Memra Didei Adidei. If you want to cite another text which seems to contradict this text, make sure it's just plain Gidl, not Gidl son of Menashe or Gidl son of Menomi. And that's why I'm telling you, it's just Gidl. So if you ever come across a text which seems to contradict this one, make sure it's actually the right Gidl. Okay. And section of the Gemara discussing the laws of Kiddush. From here, the Gemara is going to go to the laws of Erev Pesach. But we're going to take a little while till we get there because we're going to go to the Shulchan Aruch. As I said at the beginning, first we're going to look at the laws of look at the two sections in the Shulchan Aruch which discuss the laws of making Kiddush or HAVDALAH respectively on anything other than wine. And then when we're done that, we're going to look at chapter 271, that long chapter that discusses the laws of Kiddush, much of which is built on the Gemara as we learned over the last month or two or whatever it was.
So if you have to drink just a cheekful,
yep.
Why do we have to fill the cup up?
The cup has to be full when you make the bracha, even though you don't have to drink the whole thing. There's all kinds of rules, which not all of it is here in the our Gemara. A lot of it is actually in brachas, not the laws of the cup. There's the laws of the cup, there's the laws of the wine, and when we recite a blessing over a cup of wine, we're not holding it in order to drink it. We're holding it so that the blessing, kiddush, the benching, whatever, gets like more prestige by the fact that we held a cup over it. So to that end, the cup has to look prestigious. It has to have that. So it's got to be full, overflowing. And then it also happens to be you have to drink a cheekful. Well, it's one detail. It's not as if you're holding it for, that's right. It's pagom, the issue of pagom. So it's not as if like the drink, it's not like as if you're holding it in order to drink it. You're holding it for the bracha, for the kiddush, for the benching. In order for that to be fulfilled, you got to drink some of it. Right? But the primary is the holding it during the recitation, and therefore the cup should be full and not pagum and so on.
We're going to learn about HAVDALAH where you have to drink the majority.
It's different than HAVDALAH?
I think in HAVDALAH, it's not just a cheekful. I thought I read in the instructions in the Siddur that you have to drink the majority of the cup. But maybe that's.
I think that's universal. I think it's in general you're supposed to drink the majority of the cup. but this is the minimum. In general, I think look at the instruction by Kiddush, should probably say some drink of the cup, majority of the cup there too. But a minimum is a cheekful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't recall there being a distinction between Kiddush and Havdalah. I could be wrong about it. If you see a distinction, let me know. But I don't recall such a distinction, but it could be out.
It's better to drink the whole cup, then you can sleep well.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the recording and then restart it for the section of the Shulchan Aruch. Okay.